Very good afternoon, Disney Fantasy. This is Captain Daniele speaking from the Navigational Bridge. Hope you're enjoying this nice sunny day. And since it is a TSC, how to like it.
Please put your hands together for Executive Pastry Chef Carmine.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a big pleasure for me to be here today. We will have some fun here. Okay, not only learn the Apple Strudel. But in the meantime, let's start. Yes, most of you have been waiting for a little bit. So, before of everything, as Jojo say, I come from Italy. My name is Carmine. Specifically, I come from the city of Napoli. Maybe some of you have been visit. How is my city? Beautiful. It's the place where first come out the pizza, right? So everyone, we must appreciate this. So I come from Napoli, and then I work since 2009 for Disney Cruise Line. Previously, I worked since 1990 for other cruise lines. So it's, this year will be 33 years working for at sea. Thank you. It's more than half of my life. Yes. Previously, I study and learn pastry back home in Italy for 8 years. So I started when I was 16. You can count now. Okay? So some experience is there, but again, we never in our job we never finish to learn. And let's start for you now, okay? And we will start with the name of this apple. Brisbane. Who say that? Who say Australia? Nobody? No. Okay. From Australia. Okay. And the story say, okay, this I learned from my corporate chef because he's from Australia. So, and he claimed this is from Australia. And he claimed, obviously, we made on the way the excess of oil will go down. Okay? But here we go. So, basically the flour is a little bit for dried all this oil, because otherwise we don't need much. Less oil you have, less flour you require. Okay? Now we remove. A little bit more. All right. So now what we need to do basically is to make a huge pizza. Okay, very thin pizza, and should be obviously because we have a rectangular table. We will make the rectangular. Okay, but you don't need. All right. So let's start to enlarge. This point you should be a little bit careful. Okay. How we'll be careful is because we want to enlarge very nice this dog, so we don't need to rush for do that. You just start slowly on this way, right? No. So I can do like that, but if you feel just on the table doing like this, you know, do it, please, okay? So, and then with the time, I will say with the years. No, I'm joking. With the time, maybe you can do the same I am doing now, okay? And you can see many pizza makers, they can do what we do normally, right? We don't say we can do what the pizza makers do. All right. Yoo-hoo! Opla. Everything moving here. Hold on. All right, my microphone is going. Here we go. Yes. All right, now is the time when I will enlarge here because I cannot do any more as I was doing. And I will let the table help me, okay? Because this morning I am alone to do that, so the table can help me. Here we go. You see? All right. So slowly, slowly.
So everyone needs to go home and buy a table with corners.
Yeah.
Yes, because I tell you, if you have a square table, so rectangular table, you can use this method. Square table, the same. If you have a round table, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah.
You see, I promise you, it's easy to make. All right. So the reason is why we need the tablecloth is because with tablecloth it will be very easy to do this. Okay, in the place to stay there and do like that. Okay, with tablecloth it's very easy. So we just roll it. At a certain point you stop because otherwise the strudel you will get from the floor. So you don't want to do that. And here we go. Now we have the perfect strudel. All right, we don't touch with our hands because otherwise our hands we can damage the dough when we roll it. The only thing now is remain to us to do is to basically remove the excess of dough. And then we can do with our hands, we can cut with a knife, with scissors, do whatever you like to do, but cut here and then put a little bit this part, a little bit on the bottom, on this way, okay? Here we go, it's the first side, and then we come here and we do the same. We put a little bit on the bottom, and basically this how look like a strudel before we cook, okay? Let me find the tray. Here we go. Yeah, it's a little bit dirty. Okay, you need to use a non-stick tray home if you have one. If you don't have, you can spread a little bit of shortening or butter and salted. A pan spray, but most of people use parchment paper, so this will help a lot, okay? Then at this point, you just need to remove the strudel from the table, which is the most complicated things since we started the strudel, okay? But I have tips also for this, so listen to my tips carefully, please. All right, so you put as close as possible the tray to the strudel. Then you put your hands as much as possible on the bottom, on this way, yes? And then you say, help me God. And you do that. All right? All right. Thank you. So now we reshape. It's true, I do every time I say, you know. Okay, here we go. Now, if you don't believe in any God, it's no problem. You still say help me God. Because this is nothing to do with religion, okay? Knife. So you do some hole. Why we do some hole? Because we want the humidity, the moist to go out, right? So, and we lappen, and thanks also the magical powder we put inside. So this will, some if stay inside, will get dry from this, the graham cracker. Okay, so now this is the way how we finish our strudel, and because as you see, we just put a little bit of a confectionery sugar, yes? Powder sugar, you call it confectionery, right? We call powder. No fancy words. So, and then we cook, we put powder sugar on top, we cut in slice, a little bit of crème glacée, and that's how we serve the strudel, because we serve a cutting portion, right? But if you wish to put on your table old strudel, so you need to do something about it.
Now, you guys are welcome to join us as well. So, before we talk about back here a little bit, I want to talk about a couple of other places on the ship first. First things first is you'll notice around the ship, we have lots of artwork everywhere, including those lovely enchanted artworks. Now, the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy were the first two ships at sea to have this kind of technology. And fun fact, some of them have multiple animations. So you gotta walk past some of them more than once in order to see everything that that picture has to offer. As the ones outside the Walt Disney Theater on deck 4 are two that I can absolutely tell you have multiple animations. So if you want to see them all, you gotta go by them multiple times. Of these 22 enchanted artworks, you folks can see 21 all the little long day. There's actually one that only our junior cruisers can see all the little long day, because it's in the Oceaneer Lab. Our friend Mr. Gibbs from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is a living portrait up in the Oceaneer Lab, and he knows when you're standing there on watch and don't move for a while, because all of a sudden he shouts at you about rum raisin ice cream. It's like, Mr. Gibbs, I didn't need a heart attack today, thank you though. So, of those 22 enchanted artworks, 17 of them are used in something we call the Midship Detective Agency. Has anybody become a detective this week? Those of you with small children or grandchildren are saying 18 times already. I know who did it each and every time, and that would be true. Okay? So, we have 3 different cases, and each of those cases, there's actually over a dozen different endings to them, depending on which badge you get. So you may do the same case because you may just happen to pull the same reader, all right? But if you pull a completely different badge, you're gonna pull a completely different ending, all right? So if you've done it once and you're like, that's all I need to do it, try again, all right? Give it another try. So our 2 cases you can help Detective Mickey with. We have the case of the missing puppies, where you help Detective Mickey, Roger, and Anita find the missing puppies from 101 Dalmatians. And then we have the missing paintings as well, where you help Detective Mickey find those. And then, of course, you have my friend Kermit the Frog, hello, and where you help me and my friends find our props. They've all lost something different. Yeah, can you find out where my flower is? Waka waka. Fozzie, that's enough. Sorry. All right, so if you could help us, that would be great. You can start your detective adventure either on deck 2 midship outside Enchanted Garden, or on deck 5 midship, just by the Port Adventures desk. If you're gonna help me and my friends, then what you should also do is I'm gonna send you to 2 different places, Pepe the King Prawn's door up on deck 5, and the Muppet Call Board down here on deck 4. My recommendation, take a picture of them, because I'm gonna send you back, and you're not gonna like me for it. Okay? So please take a picture. All right. One other thing I like to talk about on deck 5 is there's something different about deck 5. Does anybody notice anything different about deck 5? That's right, the ceilings are very short on deck 5, and that's for a reason, because that's where our junior cruisers spend most of their time. So in order to help them not feel so small in their own spaces, those ceilings have been dropped to help make them feel bigger. All right? Even the portholes in the hallway on deck 5 are smaller. Everything's been shrunk a little bit to help force that perspective of, oh, I'm a big boy, right? All right. And then they decided on this picture because they felt it best showed Walt's fun yet mischievous nature. Mischievous in that classic Disney smirk he's got going on there, like he's thinking up the next big thing, but playful in what he's holding. This is called a praxinoscope. It's an early animation tool developed in the latter part of the 19th century over in France. The process to make this mural was actually extremely similar to the process used to silk screening a t-shirt, because they found that it was the best process to bring out the most detail without blurring the image. Now I'd like to finish with a quote from Michael Eisner, who was CEO of the Walt Disney Company at the time of Disney Cruise Line's formation. It's no secret that Walt and Lillian Disney were avid world travelers. They especially loved ocean travel. There's a very famous picture where they're holding hands on the open deck and Walt is clutching a plushie of the mouse that started it all, Mr. Mickey himself. So at the inception of Disney Cruise Line, Michael Eisner was asked, so what do you think Walt would have to say about his company going into the cruise industry? And this is what Michael Eisner had to say. To be on deck of a great ship on a star-filled night in the middle of a great ocean is as close to magic as there ever is. I can't be certain whether Walt Disney envisioned such a prospect for the company he founded, but I'd like to believe he did. And so do we here at Disney Cruise Line, because we have so much joy in bringing you folks the magic at sea each and every time you come sailing with us. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be sticking around for any questions, comments, concerns. My name is Warren. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Now that's what I call a colorful entrance. Oh, hiya folks. Aw, gosh, thanks for all the great drawings. These are just what I need to whip up a little animation magic. I'll be back later, but right now we invite you to sit back and relax as the dining room proudly presents
your dinner. Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your napkin around your neck, Sherry, and we provide the rest. Soup du jour, hot hors d'oeuvre, why we only live to serve. Try the gray stuff, it's delicious.
And there's us. Oh yeah, the four of us are in a row. Oh, nice. So cool. That was awesome. And you were